Here's a short video on how to use Noteflight. One of the things you will have to do is actually create a login and a password because this is very much like a social networking site for music notation. What you will do is you will actually get a free version of Noteflight. Like any of the really cool websites, if you really want to have some of the big bells and whistles, obviously you have to pay so much a month. And so there is a way of upgrading. And maybe you can get your school, if this is something that you find that you might be able to use, you can maybe get your school to purchase so many licenses for your school, and you can have your students involved in this, which would be kind of cool. But anyway, I've already got one created, and you can, do your typical. You can even connect it to your Facebook page if you wanted to. But once you get your own site, you'll have a home page that looks like this. And up here at the top left, you will see there's a little orange button that says New Score. So you can open that up, and this is pretty straightforward. So when you want to change the title, if you just simply click on that, we're going to have you do a theme and variations. You need to be able to type it right, though. Goes in there, and you can put in your composer, since you're going to be doing this with some of your friends there. If you notice up here, if you put your little cursor above the staff, you actually see the measure numbers, and then there's a play button. So if you want to just play that measure to see what it sounds like, you can do that. You don't have to play the whole thing. On the top right-hand corner here, there's these pull-down menus. And so for this project, since you're doing this little theme and variations, it might be just easy enough to just do one score at a time or one line at a time. So I'm going to come down here and click on the bass clef, and I'm going to click over here on do a remove score, and I'm just going to remove that. If you click on the time signature, you see that it highlights, and if you click on that, you can change your time signature here if you so choose. If you want to add a key signature, I'm going to slide back up here to the staff again, and there's going to be like a change of key signature. Before I do that, I'm actually going to highlight all the measures here before I do that, because I notice when you do this, it just does one measure at a time. If you highlight it, it will actually change everything. So let's do it in the key of G. And there you are. Then, once you move your cursor over the staff, you'll see that these little notes show up. And so I'm just going to start on a note there. And if you want to change rhythms, you can do that. When it's highlighted in orange, that's the note that you're actually you're changing. So if you move if you use your arrow buttons, you can move forward or backwards on the beats. So let's say I want to have a rest there, and then I'm going to add a little half note there. I'm going to slide over here. That's a whole note right now. I'm just going to add a few notes in here, so you get the idea. And then if you keep on going through the measures here, it'll keep adding on measures at the end. If you come down here, there's a little place where you can add crescendos. It will always add the crescendo wherever the note is highlighted. So if you hit your escape button, then you can move your cursor around. So let's say on this half note, I'm going to highlight it, and that's where I want to have a little crescendo. So you can put that in there, and you can again just move that. If you want that to go through the next measure, you can do that. So lots of things you can do here, and I think this is pretty straightforward once you start playing around with it. Now, the important thing for this little project is I wanted you to share this with the other people in your group, so then whoever creates the theme, the first idea, then you're going to share it with your group, and then someone else will do a variation one. And so they'll take your score and simply then add on to it, which is kind of cool. Now, the thing I discovered here today is that if you come up here and you do the share thing, if you share it with selected people, guess what? You have to do the upgrade. So that is actually something that just got changed here probably within the last 6 months. So we're going to change this a little bit. You can do share it with everyone. Now that means everybody can see it. So you can click here, let people search and browse for this score. So that's what I would do. So you're going to save that. And so, yeah, everybody out in the world can see that, but I've got too many people are really going to be searching for this. So to share it with your friends, right over here, you'll see this kind of a weird, looks like a crescendo with the little dots, looks almost like a little triangle. If you click on that, you'll see that there's a little URL that forms. copy that, and then go to your email and paste that in that, and then send that email to the other people in your group. And then they will have access to this. And so then they will be able to pull it up and find it. So that's how you're going to share it with your other group. And actually, you could share it with everybody in the class, even though they're not a part of your group. That might be something you might want to do at the very end when your group is all done with their theme and variations. You're going to want to use it, take this URL and share it with me and the rest of the class that weren't in your group, so that they can see what you did. So it's really kind of fun. And that's kind of how you're going to approach this. Now, on Blackboard, at the very bottom of this module, I've found some other videos, and they're actually found here too. I put a link on Blackboard, but you can also find the help videos right up here in the right-hand corner. So if you click on that, it's going to take you right over here to YouTube, and there's a number of videos here that you can go through on using Noteflight. So this is really a great little it's a web-based, everything is saved to the cloud, and I think it's a great way to incorporate your students into the composition projects that you might want to incorporate that meet one of the new artistic processes under the new standards create. So this is something that they could do at home, and it's kind of neat. So I thought I wanted to give you an experience of exploring Noteflight.